Before sending us the '79 Ford Bronco, Weston Champlin did his thing.
That right there is a compound boosted 12-valve Cummins.
We basically cut out the entire bottom half and upgraded it with 2.5-ton military axles, and today we got our tires in and have to get everything else finished so we can put it to the test.
We got ourselves some hydraulic lines so we can run the steering. This 2.5-ton Rockwell differential makes a really nice pillow. I think I'm going to install one in my house. I've got all the hydraulic lines run. For the moment, I'm just gonna zip tie the hoses in place just so that I can get a rough idea of where they go. I can tighten these up, and then we can fill it with fluid and see if it works. And see if it turns the right direction. You can see the way that we're routing this is up here, follow this link back, and then loop forward, rather than have them go straight up, because this way we only have this little section of flex to deal with. As the suspension travels, it's just this little bend here. Whereas if we had them here, that part of the axle travels up and down 12 inches. So you'd have this big strip that would compress by 12 inches and then extend by 12 inches. So you'd have these big loops of hydraulic hose flopping around and almost certainly getting smashed and pinched. Here goes. First start since we put it up on stands.
I haven't even heard this thing run yet.
Oh shoot, you're right. Hopefully it still starts. Will, are you clear of the exhaust and spinny bits?
I'm coming out.
All right. Nice. That's not encouraging.
Oh, something is spitting out right there.
Right. Well, that's the transmission because I forgot that those lines weren't hooked up. I was just gonna see if I could put this one cooler on there so that it can not puke out trans fluid while we test other systems.
I feel like the fuel is the issue.
We definitely ran it out of fuel, which on a mechanical injection diesel is a huge pain in the butt to get all the air bled out of the system. So that's kind of annoying. I didn't really want to spend half the day today doing that. Start it up, you know, remind myself that it does in fact run after that weird shenanigans this morning. But check out the steering. I got a whole stack of brake parts last night. I'm going to run the brake line down the link here and same in the back. So I need a flex line like this at the end of each of those. So that's 4 of them. All of those only came in metric thread, whereas the stuff on here is not metric. Conveniently, there's already a spot here for a brake line clippy thingy. And I just hear him muttering in here, what is this button on the floor? We're gonna make him guess. What do you think the button on the floor is,
what button,
Will?
Will? Show him.
Like an e-brake, electronical situation.
Will, this is 1979. They didn't have electronic e-brakes.
Electronical situation?
Well, I mean, obviously it's an electronical situation.
Does
It's
it
a
pop
switch.
the hood?
No!
That button doesn't click though, it's so unsatisfying.
It should. Let me see.
Oh, you just gotta be a man to push that button down. Shoot. I don't know. The flasher beams? Like
There
flash?
you go. Good job. I'm glad you figured it out. this is the factory brake line, and it used to go back to way over here. Now it's gonna go to right here. And then it's gonna go to this. And then you get the idea.
Nice.
I got a solid night's sleep last night. I only even had 1 cup of coffee today.
I think Will finally managed to get all the Red Bulls.
Oh, good. Those things are disgusting. I don't know how he enjoys those.
We didn't get the tires. We were expecting to get big, giant tires, but we ended up getting fabrication tables. So that's super awesome. We just don't have anywhere to put it right now.
This was going to be our tires. It's an equally exciting but less important at this current moment shipment from Rogue Fab. They've been working on fab tables for a long time now, and this may not look like much because it's not unboxed yet. But they sent us their new fabrication table system and a whole bunch of other awesome stuff. So we'll get this open soon. But we called the warehouse, and so Will's going to take my truck to go pick up the tires. Hey Steven, I made you a camera emoji out of metal.
Oh dude, can I keep it?
Yeah, there's a failed one over there you can keep. No, these are actually my shock mounts, shock reservoir mounts. Yeah, this is the whole shock mount. We're about to find out how it works. Let me clean these up and then we'll see if it's gonna work. Go with the mega overkill crescent wrench here to bend these. The idea here is this bit welds to the frame, and then this bit, a hose clamp goes through, and the reservoir sits here and gets hose clamped on. But first, I'm gonna bend these just a smidgen so they cup the shock reservoir a little bit. So my idea to have the hose clamp run through the slots isn't gonna work, but it'll still work just fine as a clampy surface. You know they're big tires when they have to be loaded on a pallet. Oh my gosh. Nice. Might have to do some trimming. I mean, they always look bigger in person. Shoot, I don't know if this plan's gonna work. My idea was jack this up, put the tire on with it on the car. Wait, let's see. Plenty there. Plenty there. Yeah, could work. This is the internal bead lock. It's actually pretty cool how this all works. Because this goes in between the two sidewalls of the tire on the inside, and then it gets clamped together with the outside portion of the wheel. So you can run 0 PSI and not worry about your tires coming off. The only question is, how do we get this inside the tire?
Oh. Could we
Maybe
put
we
that
unbolt
inside first?
You're right, we have to put that in the tire first and then
Yeah, and then
slap it on. Nice. We should get the air chuck, see if it'll oh no, what? That's supposed to be for the valve stem. Well, now that I ruined the valve stem and then fixed it, we finally get to see if this thing holds air. And if I actually fixed the valve stem. Well, that's at PSI on the gauge, so we'll go with that for now. We figured out the process on the other side. We went and had some food, which always helps.
Yes.
Time to get these other 3 tires on. It feels like a lifetime ago that we put this thing up on these sketchy sawhorses. But now it's finally time to remove them, which is super exciting. Now comes the real fun part. There we go. Alrighty, let's see how she sits. Dang. Tall. Perfect. Alright, so we'll save the real test drive for tomorrow, but I have to get in it and see if it moves. Yep. Successful. Squeaky test drive. So I need to. Just the serpentine belt's just not tight enough. I've checked everything, filled up the fluids. I think we're good to go. This thing's so big I can't see where I'm going. All the body roll. Whee! It's got so much body roll. That's hilarious. Oh, this thing is amazing. It rides so smooth. I mean, that was always the goal, but it's gonna make the Rubicon easy.
Which hill are you gonna go up here? The one,
The steep one.
I wonder if I should hop out and shoot it.
We can do it twice. Feels good, honestly. The steering feels good. A lot of lean when you go around corners, but let me wait for Steven to figure out where we're at.
Dude, this thing went up that hill like crazy.
Yeah, that's good. It's so much fun. Dude, the suspension is amazing. You can see it leans like crazy because it just has so much flex. We're gonna have to add some sway bars for anything high speed because it is like, it would just lean right over, but
So cool.
it's gonna be perfect. For the
And
Rubicon.
sounds cool.
It definitely heard a little bit of tire rub going on.
Oh, there's a lot of that.
All the tire rub.
Test drive went extremely well. We got a little bit of tire rub as expected. So time to do some chopping. It's gonna kind of hurt cutting into this pristine body, but you gotta go do what you gotta do. No turning back now. That looks like it was made that way. It does.
Dude, that doesn't look bad at all, really.
Oh man, look at that flex.
That looks good. Oh, jeez.
One last bracket with a few last hexagons. I just had to make a new bracket to hold up the transmission coolers. So, oh, helps to turn the plasma cutter on. My favorite pastimes is when you don't have enough time to get stuff done and you're working on parts that no one will ever see. I like to make them extra pretty. Highly important. This is just gonna go over here, bolt to the trans cooler, and then weld to this bracket that was already there. I just need it in a slightly different spot.
Worth losing a couple minutes of daylight to get it clean for the thumbnail.
Next week, we're taking this Bronco to the Rubicon and doing some crazy slot canyon-y thingies somewhere in Southern California. And don't sleep on the BRZ giveaway. It's only $5 to enter and it ends on December 18th. We don't have that many entries yet, so odds are pretty solid, so check it out.